Madrid from OutRightGeekery.com. I'm here with the lovely, the enchanted
Scarlett Rose Cosplay.
A little about yourself.
I am a cosplayer, leather crafter, streamer, horseback rider, archer, and I've been doing this for about 15 years now. I specialize more so in working with leather armor and a plethora of different things.
Now, the leather armor sounds very interesting. How did you get yourself into that?
I do Renaissance fairs as well as going to conventions and whatnot, and I saw Legatha off of Vikings, and I was like, that looks really cool, and that was it.
That did it.
that did it, yeah.
Now, what sort of kid were you when you were young?
I was a pretty outgoing child, and I loved dressing up. So everything Disney princesses, and Star Wars. I wanted to be Princess Leia when I was 4, and I was just outgoing and nerdy and weird.
Now, the Princess Leia of the original, or Princess Leia as in the slave girl?
The original.
Okay.
The original. I was only 7. The original.
Well, being that was that the first costume you ever dressed up as?
Very first one technically would be Snow White, because I didn't have a choice because I was like 2 or 3 years old. But then after that, yes, then it would have been Princess Leia.
Okay. Not a lot of people know this, but you are a Twitch princess. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
A what princess?
A Twitch.
A Twitch princess.
Yes.
I'm a Twitch affiliate, and I work with like Twitch Kittens and Gecko Army and a bunch of different things. But I do a lot of streaming of my cosplay work, and I was on the front page of Twitch in April.
Nice, nice. April of this year?
Yes.
Excellent, excellent. Oh, congratulations on that, by the way. Was it difficult to get fans on Twitch to follow you?
It takes some time, but if you have good content and they're interested in what you're doing, like I tried a bunch of different things. It takes some time to grow an audience, but basically just be yourself and the audience members come.
Okay, all right, very good, very good. Question for the cosplayer in you. Do you find yourself cosplaying characters that resemble maybe an inside personality of you weren't aware of, or express yourself?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I started, like, I love Final Fantasy, so I started with those, but I found myself doing Renoa and Tifa and a bunch of others. I was like, I can relate to their personality, and I like the way that they look. And then I must have cosplayed Katniss like 7 times. So if I found a character that I really related to personality-wise, I went for it 110%. So that's how I really started, was just going towards things that I was like, I really relate to that person. I wish I could kind of be like that person, and that was it for me.
Excellent, excellent. Was there ever a cosplay you may find yourself wanting to do, but maybe a little bit too risque?
No, I mean, if that's what the character calls for, then I'm okay with it. I don't do a lot of risque characters simply because I love armor.
Okay.
So it's just a matter of I happen to enjoy armor, so the characters aren't always wearing them. But I mean, I've done Tifa. She doesn't wear a whole lot, so she's kind of on the risque side. So.
Now, would you consider yourself a geek person?
Oh yeah.
Or
absolutely.
nerdy person?
Yeah, I'm very, very nerdy, very geeky. I started cosplaying back before any of this was a cool thing to do, so I hid it for many years. I didn't want anybody to know that I did it, I didn't want anybody to know that I was making costumes. I was nervous about coming out about it simply because people didn't think it was cool a couple of years back, so I have always been heavily into nerd culture and gaming and all sorts of things like that.
Excellent, excellent. That's very reassuring.
Yeah.
Is there any characters you'd be considering wanting to do a gender bender character?
I just did a gender bend of Harry Potter. I've done a lot of gender bends. He's the one that I've done the most, though, is Harry Potter, doing a gender bend of that. I'm still considering doing some from League of Legends that are gender bends, but I haven't put too many on my radar yet because I have big stuff that I'm doing in the interim, so. Okay. Yeah, he's my main gender bend is Harry Potter.
Excellent, excellent. Do you find yourself that the cost comes into play when you're creating a cosplay character, an outfit?
It can. I'm at the point now with my cosplaying that I'm pretty good about figuring out the best cost-effective way to make something. For the most part, I'm able to handle the cost part of things. However, when it comes to leather and things like that, it can get costly, so sometimes those get pushed back a bit, depending on what it is.
The fans, how have they treated you so far since you've been to cosplaying?
They've been great. I really, honestly, have had a pretty positive experience for the most part with both the fans and other cosplayers.
Excellent, excellent, very good. Glad to hear that. All right, we're going to go for a bonus round if you don't mind.
Sure.
We're going to ask you just a couple of questions here to see if you kind of jar you off just from your solid personality here. If Superman and Wonder Woman ever had a baby, what Marvel character would that be?
Oh, God. Probably me.
Pardon me?
Daenerys. It would be Daenerys. It would be totally off the charts, and she would just blow stuff up and set it on fire.
And she'd be so off the chart. Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
Stuck in an elevator, what superhero or villain would you like to be with?
Wonder Woman.
Okay.
Jump through the roof. That's easy. You have a lasso. Get me out. We're done.
Are you a hugger or a handshaker?
It depends on the situation.
Okay.
On a professional standpoint, I'm hardcore handshaker, but I spent enough years in Miami that I'm cool with hugging.
Okay.
It's a thing down there.
That seems to be the case here.
Yeah.
What is the number one thing people notice about you when they meet you for the first time?
God, that's a good one. Number one thing they notice. Oh, they notice how short I am.
Oh, really?
A lot of my pictures, people think I'm like 5'10" and I'm only 5'2". I get asked that a lot. They're like, "You're actually really short in person." I'm like, "Yep, I'm pint-sized. I fit in overhead storage bins. I'm short." Yep.
Well, you're light on travel, let's put it that way. Favorite auto insurance, Geico or Allstate?
Neither one, because they don't help me.
There you go. See?
Don't help me.
Put that to the word to the wise here.
No, right?
Finish this sentence if you would be so kind. A romantic candle dinner will be incomplete without having either A, Doritos or fruit roll-ups, B, destroying the evidence, C, a super soaker filled with cat pee, D, old people smell, or E, a joyless vegan patty.
Oh, that sounds terrible. I'm going to go with fruit roll-ups and Doritos because those are the easiest things to eat while playing video games.
Excellent, excellent. Number one answer, please. Name a part of your body that gets bigger as you get older.
My personality.
Hey, excellent, excellent, very good. Thought I'd catch you on that one.
My personality.
Last questions. What sort of advice, what sort of cosplayers do you find inspiring out there right now?
A lot of my own friends I find inspiring. Danielle DeNicola, Carly Woods, Danica Rockwood, Leaping Lizard Cosplay. They're all really good with their fans and they work really hard. A lot of them, Danica just finished like a full costume that she sewed by hand. I'm huge on hand stitching. And they're just fun, lovable, all-around good people. So I find all of my friends, I guess, inspiring, and that's what kind of keeps me going with a lot of it.
That sounds very good, really good. Is there any advice you'd like to give future cosplayers who are just starting out? What could you tell them?
Don't be intimidated, because we all started somewhere, and there's a lot to learn, and there's a lot of different materials and different ways to do things, and don't be afraid to buy stuff, try new things, or ask questions.
And last question, where can fans, dear fans, like myself, can find you on the social media network?
You can find me on Facebook at It's Scarlett Rose. You can find me on Instagram at Lady Scarlett Rose. You can find me on Twitter at Lady Scarlett Rose, but the Rose is RSE. You can find me on Twitch at Scarlett Rose Cosplay, Patreon at Scarlett Rose Cosplay, and I think that might be it.
All right, excellent. Scarlett, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for taking the time to make an interview. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Scarlett Rose for you. My name is Brian. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Have a great day, everyone.